Hello guys, tuko hapa hivi na one of the best gospel artists, REUBEN KAGAME. Sir, how are you?
I'm good. Hey. You look beautiful.
Thank you so much.
And you made sure you stood next to me.
Yes, because I love you so much. I love your songs. I love everything about you.
I appreciate. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So you've been here and tumekuwa na shughuli hapa ya wasanii. Maybe you tell us more about it.
Yeah, so ni consultation imekuwa ikitake place kutoka asubuhi. CS amekuwa hapa na stakeholders pia kutoka MCSK, Prisk, Camp na umekuwa hata na wale wanaitwa Parak wa Pubs and Restaurants Association of Kenya, kumekuwa na Communications Authority, wote wanashughulika na mambo ya wanamuziki na artists kwa jumla. CS anashughulikia mambo ya youth, sports na arts. Kwa hivyo yote yamejumlishwa pale mpaka mambo ya film. So wamekuwa wakiangalia ni mambo gani ambayo yanafanya industry yote kama kuzembea na kurudi nyuma. Na kushughulika na yale ambayo tunaweza kufanya mpaka hizi sekta zote zikaanza kusisimka tena. So kumekuwa na kudiscuss zile challenges na successes na kuona tunaweza izindua vipi tena.
Na first, truly you've done a big mistake because you could have introduced him as the president because he once vied for the president
I'm
seat.
Still vying because I was not given a chance. Okay. The referee became a player.
And the one thing I love about you is that no matter your age, but you still talk as youth sababu when unaongea you are sharing and everything
I have
is not
children ambao ninakuza my own na wengine wengi nakuza ambao si my own. I believe in youth like crazy. Mimi you take away youth, there is no society. So in fact mimi nataka kuwa leader primarily because we need to snatch leadership kutoka kwa wazee na kuileta kwa youth. Wazee ndio wanatuletea mashida katika nchi hii. People my age and upwards ndio wanaleta ukabila, ndio wanaleta mambo ya violence, ndio wanaleta mambo ya kupora na wizi. They are thieves. The youth are not stealing. The youth are just, in fact, struggling to make ends meet. They're struggling for fees, struggling for rent, struggling for jobs, struggling for everything. Now, wachache ndio wamechukua hizo vitu zote wameweka kwa mikono. So we need to remove them from the older population and give youth ambao ni karibu 70%. The country is youth. Yes.
And so every time when you release a song, it does so well. Where do you get the inspiration of your songs?
Well, from the scriptures and from life. Ni vizuri kuwa realistic. I live truth. I mean, siwezi andika kitu ambacho I don't believe in. So kama ni muziki, you introduce me as a gospel artist. I also write social songs. Nimeandika hata za kisiasa. So I'm very passionate about truth, about life, about justice, about values, about governance ambayo iko people centered. Me, I'm a very big passionate person about kitu tunaita ubuntu. I am because we are. Yani you have to focus on people before projects. Yes.
And let me want to go a bit politics. And I was so curious, why did you start with the president's seat?
I did not start with presidency. I ran in 2013 for governorship. People just, mainstream media inadanganya watu sana. And it's not actually the first time I'm pushing for leadership. Even as early as 1990, tulikuwa tunasukuma mambo ya kina Ouko kuuawa and asking government who killed him. Tuambie as students. I was part of pushing for the multi-party democracy. Watu hawajui wananiona tu na huniachi naenda nasi. But I've been in that space for a while. I was part of the constitutional discussions, the 205 na 2010. So I'm not coming into this now. Shida ni kwamba for especially someone like me living with disability, you look at me and you dismiss me first. That's what Chebukati did. He thinks siwezi kuwa na degree, niko na 2-3 hivi. So there's a lot in my vision and there's a difference between seeing and vision. So unakuwa set aside before you are listened to. And then on the other hand, unaulizwa maswali ya kishenzi kama how will you inspect the guard of honor and so on. How did I manage to marry a beautiful woman, walk down the aisle, So the issue is there's too much stigmatization.
Okay.
And then the other thing is that we are so used to cartels and used to status quo. Mpaka hatuoni nje.
Yeah.
So we reduce everything to two people, Raila and Ruto. I mean, I was there with a totally different way of looking at things. Okay. But I never made headlines as such. So it's time for Kenyans to know that tukiendelea na hizi option mbili, hakuna mahali tunaenda.
True.
Yeah, because, okay. Yeah, there's nowhere we're going unless we start afresh, unless we re-establish the system. Because the same people ndio wametuletea shida. In fact, even if you put in Azimio now, you'll still have problems. Na mtalia bado, because they're using the old style of politicking and leadership. Yes.
So tukiangalia wasanii wengi ambao wamekuja hapa, most of them are gospel artists. Does it mean gospel artists ndio wako affected sana na historia?
No, I don't think they're all gospel artists. Nimekuwa na, veterans like Amunga in there, Musaimo and his Muigerekanyo and all these. So it's not just gospel artists, but we also have film guys, you have people in fashion, with people in theater and acting. So ni wengi. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Honorable KAGAME.
Yes, sir.
The president, it's on record that the current president's favorite song na hata inaplayiwa na band ya Kenya Army katika parades ni Uniachi. Iliplayiwa siku ya inauguration. How do you feel about that? And has the president tried to reach you out, maybe uone input yako kwa government itakuwa gani kabla ya 2027?
Okay, so those are two different questions. So let's talk about the song.
Okay.
I really am humbled to see the song used by so many different people. People love it. The problem is, and that is what we've been talking about in there, that it does not translate to royalties. So the band will play, the police band will play, the army band, choirs will sing, the president will sing to it, but you'll not get a single shilling. Kenya Kwanza, is one of the defaulters. Azimio was singing Enda Nasi in the rallies, not a single shilling. So the political parties and structures are the first to break the issue of royalties when it comes to paying artists. They may contract if you sang a song like Lero, Lero, Ni Lero, they will probably pay you like a small something. But we are not in that bracket. We are writing songs that are used and they don't pay. Now, regarding involving myself in government, I just want to be very clear. As long as people don't come first in anything I do, I'm not interested.
Okay.
Yeah. So people come before projects, before development, anything before policy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let me ask, so far so good, the current president, he's maybe 2 to 3 months right now. What maybe do you love that he has done, or what maybe don't you love that he has done?
We're still assessing. We need to give him maybe another month, so that he can complete his 100 days.
Okay.
But almost everything that he promised, he has flopped on. Reducing the standards of living. Instead, everything is going up. And then wrong priorities. So instead of dealing with food and school fees and health, he's building houses. And then instead of buying the maize from the farmers in the North Rift where he comes from, he's busy importing maize when we are harvesting. That's an insult to farmers. And he is an agricultural scientist himself. His PhD is in plant ecology. He should be the one talking about where the nation should go with GMOs. Instead, anaachia Moses Kuria. Moses Kuria is a business person, trade and industry. Not even Linturi this time. So how is it that a professional PhD holder in plant ecology, like President Ruto, is not the one giving the nation guidance? And before, by the way, as Minister for Agriculture, he opposed GMOs.
Yes.
So for him to lift the ban, we read a very bad motive. And especially coinciding it with the time when Bill Gates has been here, I smell a global agenda. We need to have food sovereignty, not even food security, because we need to decide what we want to eat ourselves, not somebody telling us this is what you'll eat and pay me for it.
Yes. And tukimalizia maybe when we wind up, there's this agenda of the removal of the 4 IBCs, whereby the Right Honorable Raila he's starting maybe a conversation that the 4 IBC shouldn't be removed. According to you,
no,
Honorable?
this is not a Raila thing. This is not a Ruto thing.
Okay.
The issue is, what does the law say?
Okay.
And what about government institutions or our institutions that manage elections?
Okay.
You know, the problem with Kenya Kwanza getting involved in this thing is that as the ones who won a contested election, then they would be seen to be playing a game of payback.
Yes.
For Raila, who lost the election, he may be playing the game of catch up.
Okay.
Now you need to look at it with issue of what is the term of IBC officials.
Okay.
In fact, at this point, with Wafula Chebukati going out of office, Cherera should actually be taking over. Once you take it up and begin to sound punitive and evoke the election problem, then you are becoming partisan, and no wonder some people are smelling a 2027 arrangement in it.
Thank you so much.
I need to